So since I was gifted this trailer, this mobile home, I've been trying to do everything with stuff I have around the house. So I was looking for steps for an RV because that one is not trustworthy and it's positioned weird. And none of them seem to fit my criteria for what I thought would be good for a step coming out. I like my things sturdy, I like them utilitarian, and all I saw on the internet were plastic steps that fold. Now, I mean, if I'm old and can't lift something like this, then I can understand. So anyway, here I am using the Amish method. I didn't even feel like running back in the house to get the tape measure because it's raining out. Wanted to get done as quickly as possible, so I'm just using a piece of wood to measure the length of the first step, and then I want to see how much wood I have to take off the pallet to make room for the second step, equal length. So here I'm cutting it at the mark that I made of the length of where the second step is going to end. And I'm going to flip that over and throw it right on top and make the step. So we need some reinforcement in the back. So I'm going to cut this 4x4 to the length of the back of the step. You'll see I pounded it in here, but then I thought, well, that's going to be too much extra weight. So I pounded it back out to just cut the little blocks that are going to go under each piece of wood there on the pallet to provide support. So that when you step on the second step, the edge closest to the RV will not squish down. So we're just using more Amish method here. The cool thing about this RV, I am so honored the family had, the parents had passed and they were patients for a long time, and the children already had an RV, and they gifted me this RV. They wanted to go to somebody that would redo it and make it look nice and use it. So the nice thing about that is it's really coming along well, but I'm not afraid to do, oftentimes when you pay a whole bunch for something, you're afraid to mess with it and mess it up. When you get something for free, you just go for it, and you go ahead and rehab it without worry of, hey, if I do this, am I going to mess something up? So anyway, here I am screwing the supports in, and then we are going to throw some supports underneath. So that was a little piece of wood I had left from cutting the long 4x4. We're going to cut 2 more pieces, and we're going to put those under the supports that I just put in. So that's going to be very sturdy. So we're going to need a piece of wood that goes all the way down to the bottom flush here. So right here, I'm just shoring everything up, screwing everything all together, screwing in the supports. But even so, if you see the top boards, if you would step on that edge, there'd still be a little bit that was unsupported. So what I needed to do was bring a piece of wood from those top supports and bring it vertically down so that it would touch the ground. And so what I'm going to do here in a minute, I'm just going to use a piece of wood that was laying on the ground, and I'm going to use that as a ruler to get the length of that distance from that top board, which is nearest me, to what would be the ground. And it ended up just being about maybe 5 inches or so. So I found a 2x6 in the shed, which my phone is going to run out here and you're not going to see it, but you're going to see the 2x6. But then for some reason, my phone, I think it malfunctioned or ran out of battery, but we will lay that 2x6 across the edge. And then I had to cut a little bit off with the skill saw So here I am taking the measurement of how far of a distance that travels down to the ground, what kind of support I need. And it ended up being just a little less than a 2x6, which actually a 2x6 is only 5.5 inches, so it might have been 5 inches or so. I took a ½ inch off the 2x6. So my phone died, and what I did, what you didn't see at the very end, was I stuck this 2x6 riser there so that it would support everything on the back. And it was too big, so I just ran the skill saw along it and made it flush with the ground. And that's the sturdiest step. I will paint this blue to match the stripe. I have everything is left over here sitting around. I'm putting I have non-stick metal strips that'll go on the top that your feet can grip onto, and I'm getting inside because it's like 30 degrees. I will most likely just transport it on the back with a my carrier that would go in the receiver there, or the hitch. And yeah, it's the heaviness of a pallet, but I figure I can handle that. Throw it down once wherever you're going, and the day I can't lift a pallet is the day I give it up. So this might not be right for everybody, but that's a really good, nice, sturdy step with a good angle. As you come down out of there, you kind of want to step out. So narrow steps are just not it for me. And that thing, I'm going to saw that off. I will, because it's busted anyway, people are going to kill themselves on it. Lastly, I will put the riser on the front, and then I will put the boards so they're all next to each other on the top, so it's just like a step. And again, I will weatherproof it and put the non-skid plates on top. It's a hillbilly step, but that's how I roll, and it is sturdy, and it was free.